Hi, and welcome to Barb's Ink Art. Tonight we're going to do a spidery, wild, floral, similar to this. We're going to be using a lot of really vibrant jewel tone colors. We're going to be using canned air, and we're going to really be practicing with this because you get really good results if you just sort of moderate it. And sometimes that's really difficult to do, but we're going to try to do that today. And we're going to be using 99% isopropyl alcohol. We're using Ranger's ink in bottle, Limeade, Wild Plum, Eggplant, and Cranberry. And depending on how it goes, we might be doing other things too. I think we're going to be using some Cali Art markers, but we will see as we go. We're going to do what I'm going to call blend and blow, or actually blow and blend. We're going to drop down, let's just go ahead and do it. We're going to drop down some inks, and then we're going to blend them. And we're going to be, like I said, just really careful about how we blow them out. I run just a little bit of alcohol there, and then take my canned air, and really, I'm not going to blast it. I'm just going to run it. We want to get some of that spidery result. And we can keep using our alcohol, which will result in more spidery and also a lot of folds, which I really like. I'm gonna get sort of that parrot tulip type look. This is Dura Bright paper, 9x12. You can see, look at just the colors that it's making. I think I'm going to, because it's Dura Bright, it doesn't stain like Yupo does. Let's see. Yeah, see, it comes right up. That's good. I don't want that really hard line there. Of course. Okay. We'll be doing more in this area, so I'm not too worried about it. But depending on what kind of paper you use, you can lift off. Okay. Now we're gonna do a little bit of the same here. That is the eggplant, cranberry, and wild plum. And then we're gonna hit it with some air. You can see what I mean about the blends. It just kind of blends as you go. I'll move this around a little bit. This is the center of your floral. And I tend to use a lot of alcohol here, the isopropyl alcohol, because I just like the effect it gets. You don't have to use too many colors. It just really has a beautiful pattern. Okay, I wanted to kind of, what we're doing here is we're gonna go this way even a little bit more, and then probably down this way. We're gonna cover the page with a flower, and I really like going off the pages, you can see, and just, I know, to me, it just makes my eyes happy. Okay, that was the purple, cranberry, and I'll do a little bit more of that. Wild plum. Wild plum is such a pretty color. If you haven't tried it, I would give that a go. Twist your can around. This one likes to splurt out a lot of air, causing this type of thing. But that's okay for these. Look how gorgeous that is. Just add as much or as little isopropyl as you want. But to me, I just love the effect of it. I'm gonna just do a little light for the center here. Okay, let's look at it this way. Look how beautiful that is. Okay, so now we're gonna do some of the greens. Actually, I think that's a little too heavy there, so I'm gonna hit that a little bit more. Okay, I like that. So I'm gonna start with a little of the Limeade. I'm gonna run it this way, and then I'm gonna hit the bottom part with a little bit of bottle. And then we're just really going to work this because it's gonna need it. You can see it's creating a lot of interesting colors just that way. I'm not sure I'm going to add too much more of that, but I will add more alcohol. I mean, is this not wild? Now, I always have a lot of these canned airs sitting around because my fingers freeze and it loses juice. You see, I'm not using a whole bunch of ink, but I am using a lot of the alcohol. And I'm not applying a whole bunch of pressure to the canned air because I find that particularly on this Dura Bright, it will respond by creating a lot of these tenderly, spidery, sort of wispy areas that I really, really like. So I think I want to come in with sort of a darker green for the stem. Not sure that's the right color. Let's see. Let's go this way so I can see what I'm doing a little bit more. This is another thing I sort of play around with. And sometimes I like to create these sort of kind of look like scales. But it just adds a little more interest to the stem, which can sometimes be very uninteresting. And you can do a whole bunch more with that. But you know, let's see what happens if we just add just a drop of alcohol here, just to sort of blend that out. Do our here. Oh, that's a lot. I got a little carried away there. So let's go back in. With this. I don't even think this is the right color that I was using before, but that's okay. It's giving me a little bit of more dimension. So we can always come back in. I have these little medicine dispensers that I will put some alcohol in, and I even have one here that has stream in it. So maybe I'll try to drop in a little bit of stream. You know, how about we just try, see what happens here. Drop a little there. Use my other hand. And then we can take these little mini daubers and take a little bit of plain alcohol and just create some added interest by maybe putting in a few dots, make it look real Jurassic Park like, which is what these flowers kind of remind me of. Again, you can just add as much or little to these as you want. It's really fun to play. You can always go back in, maybe drop in some more ink, blow it out if what you got you don't particularly like. Like I don't really like this color here. So we are not necessarily highlighting it, but dispersing it around. And look how interesting that looks. And just keep adding, like maybe out here. Just really create something unusual, which I am a big fan of. Got a late start tonight because the football game was on and there was a lot of yelling. The dogs were hiding. See how that makes a difference? And I mean, these are not colors that you wouldn't really put together. normally, but they work. I love doing these little dots. You can go back in and actually put in more color with your pen or alcohol ink markers. Do whatever you want. I just think that's lovely. And even if you want, you can take these and just dry them off a little bit. And then maybe do these little tiny marks going down the stem. I don't know how well you can see that, but that's interesting to me. I like that. And these colors are so pretty. And you get a little bit of everything when you blow and blend like this, because you can see the purple and the red and the plum, and then the different shades of green, and with the blue just adds a little bit of something else. I had to just say, these are just so fun to do. And you're not investing a whole lot of time, but you're learning. Every time you do something like this and you're creating, it's just so healthy. You know, turn off the TV. Do something that is going to make you happy. Something that you learn from. I don't know. I really, really like that. I mean, something like this. It's beautiful. And you can do it. And I hope you try. Thank you for watching.